Assalamu alaikum everyone, so welcome back. Let's talk about ZEN here very quickly. After ZEC has hit some all-time highs, and there has been way too much speculation if the coin want to go down, continue sideways, and during that time there's a psychological war in these coins that, if you don't know what I'm talking about, what I'm gonna explain. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people have noticed one thing since the past 5 years, 7 years, and that is there are times when two different coins start to behave the same. And even as a matter of fact, let alone the same behavior, they also tend to have pretty much the same name as well. Once upon a time, there was like CHR coin, and there was a coin called CHZ, which is Chili's, which is a football token. And when these two were launched in the earlier days on Binance, they were pumping for almost like 1-2 weeks straight. It was just a continuous green, and both of them were behaving the same. Like they really had the same move. Every single coin out there other than these two were actually down. And these were the only two coins that were pumping, and not only were they pumping identically, but the name were also the same. Now it actually goes on to say that it's almost as if like how ZEN right now and ZEC were pretty much almost the same. Now ZEC outperformed pretty much ZEN in a huge way, but yes, what it did is that, because now a lot of people are expecting that, just like I told you the example earlier with CHZ and CHR, that both were moving higher, making the same gain. People thought that just because ZEC moved like 40x, right, ZEN is going to do the same and start moving up again. So if you miss ZEC, let's actually get into ZEN, right? The name are identical. They're both looking very strong in the market condition out there, but whoever tried to do that is still now disappointed, because you haven't even been able to break this local high here at $44, let alone $160. Now even worse is that now that I'm sitting on the weekly, there is a problem here, and that is this trend line, this resistance line here. Because if you fail to stay above $19, right, or at least $17.4, there is a small potential threat to go down to $6.643. You could actually end up coming to $6.3, and if you lose this as well, if you start to lose that particular support, then it's a whole trip even to the lower lows. Okay, because that's a very big support for ZEN, and a very good place to buy. So if you do actually see $6, that is actually going to be a good entry. Of course, place stop losses and whatnot. Now however, if you want to actually gain some bullish momentum and make sure that Bitcoin stays higher and we start to go back up again, then it's going to be important for ZEN to go back up, push up, and actually continue its move to the upside. Now let's see how the lower time frame are looking like. Maybe there's a shorting opportunity now that $6 has been its favorite place to go down in a while. Then maybe a little bit of bear flag I do notice, because you did something like this, went down, made this flag right here, and we could even expect something or a drop here. So maybe a drop down for ZEN to, that's a 22%. So it's not bad. Maybe if you try to short it a little bit, you could end up being happy, and your stop losses are going to be maybe at 13.67. And that's it for this update on ZEN. I'm going to see you the next one. Love is.